Ah, hey, what is up, guys? We are back with Bobby and another RPG horror story today. This one is new DM trying to control the who, what, and why of my character. And I feel like you're probably the perfect kind of person to bring along for
I do
this.
like character creativity and player agency over their characters and backstories.
Yeah, yeah,
So let's see if the DM's overstepping.
yeah. I feel like you and I are both going to be pretty opinionated on a controlling dungeon master, but it goes joined a game to replace a player that left. DM was very happy with me joining, but then told me the player's race, class, alignment, his huge backstory, and how he connects to the story. I got a weird feeling and asked, wait, are you asking me to play his character? He said, well, not if you don't want to. I replied that I indeed very much did not want to. Okay, I am so concerned if.
No, I understand what the DM was asking. The DM had a specific key character that he was like, "Hey, do you want to play this character?" And it was like one that was like pivotal for the story. It was an NPC that he was like, "Yo, do you want to play this pre-build?" So far, anyway, that's what's coming out as.
Okay. I see that from that point of view because what I was concerned with that I got from this first was thinking that he wanted him to literally replace the player that left, like playing that same.
I could have missed something, but it so far it doesn't sound like that.
Well, it then goes, I then created my own and gave it to the DM. He started giving recommendations on better races and subclasses. My guard was up at this point, and I said, no, I'm happy with what I have made. He asked about my backstory. I told him. He said we can't have another one of those at the party. Next background. That might not fit in. Oh,
Okay, no, I
what?
I kind of understand what the so far I am thinking that the DM is overstepped, but I understand what he's trying to say. But even then, I'm with the player already. Like I understand giving recommendations, but like I give race recommendations. Like if you're trying to optimize for a specific build, I'll give recommendations for races then, not after they because at that point after it's built I'm on the set point of like, okay, you've gone through the different races that you were thinking of. You have a specific reason you went with this, whether it be for like mechanics optimization or for like your story.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like a dungeon master who's going to be this controlling should be giving a heads up to his characters,
It
to his players.
I don't think it's controlling at this point. I think it's just he wants it's like a head chef going in and checking up on all the different cooks, but it's not needed.
Yeah. Not in D&D.
Well, I mean, I
Unless
mean
in certain story heavy
that
situations
in
I
new
can see it.
players.
Yeah. So he continues next. Nah, how about this? Several backgrounds written up, each less thought out than the last due to frustration.
I love
During
that.
this, the DM would offer several background stories that I outright rejected because he is my character, not yours. Understandable feeling.
Yeah,
I
that is
can see
understandable.
that as the dungeon master just trying to help out,
Yeah,
though.
but no, I understand why the players get frustrated. I
Yeah.
get it.
Eventually, I made a very simple backstory with a goal that has nothing to do with the story, just that he needs to grow strong with a party to achieve his goal. DM didn't like this either, but I ignored his messages until session. Oh,
That
dude, I
okay.
just don't even join that session,
No,
bro.
the amount of recommendations, like I'll drop after like two
Yeah,
recommendations, and I'll stop giving you recommendations for that until you ask me a question. I'm not gonna like sit there and try to flood you with. It seems like at this point the DM had a specific character that he wanted that player to play, and is slowly trying to offer suggestions to make it that character.
yeah, yeah. I kind of want to know some more examples of what the dungeon master was saying, like
Mm-hmm.
what backstory options he was saying,
Watch it all be the same, but just like worded differently.
right? Several sessions in, the DM messaged me and asked if we can flesh out why I'm with the party. The party is extremely accepting of my character. I put my foot down and said I am with them because I want to adventure. He said, well, great. If another party comes around, you could join them and then you can roll up a new character.
No, no, no. I
Whoa.
understand. He worded it differently, but I understand what the DM's trying to do on this one. So far I've been on the player side, but this one instance, I see that what the DM's saying on this one. I think what he's saying with the role, the new character, that might have been out of frustration on his end,
Yeah.
because he's just trying to flesh out like, okay, so what's your goal? You said you're with this party for to get strong so you can achieve your goal. What's your goal? If your goal is just to adventure, that's weak, and I get why the DM would say that. Like, I understand that, okay, you want to build your own background and everything. Cool. Give him something. You're several sessions in, you have one that's stuck. I understand why the player was. I fully understand why
Yeah.
if a player was frustrated in the beginning, but now that it's full, a couple sessions in, flesh that out a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then
That then
saying,
makes me want to know what kind of story backgrounds, what kind of other story backgrounds the player tried to come up with. But
because
I
like
do hear what you're saying with the
the only
dungeon
time
master.
I I try not to do this, but the only time I really hard nick something is if I have a lot of trouble making it work, or if you like if your character belongs to this order that's named this of this kingdom. If I have to place a bunch of shit, be like, no, I'll give you the order name, but I'm gonna place it right here.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah.
Because the DM should, and this is my personal opinion. If anyone else has different opinions, I understand. The DM should have a little bit of agency with your backstory.
Oh, I do agree with that. Especially with like they should kind of like let you know what kind of like more in-depth options that you
Yeah,
have, like whatever kind of lore you've got. I'm definitely learning from experience that you should try and entwine your characters into that as much as possible so that everybody can have more fun and be more into it.
and it gives you more of a reason to be like attached to the character.
Yeah, and the story as a whole.
Yeah,
So OP continues with, I said no thanks. I'm good with my party and they are good with me. I believe my DM has a toxic desire to control the who, what, and why of the party and is having a lot of trouble coping with my character being free of his influence. Suspecting my character to be targeted and killed soon, and a list of recommendations for my next character to come, my why right before I say, nah, I'm good, take care.
I don't think the character is going to get killed off. Honestly, it just it sounds like, at least towards the end, that the DM's trying to incorporate him into the story, and is just struggling. I would need to hear other POV of like other players in the party and what they've like kind of seen with the DM.
Well, there is an update.
Oh,
So hopefully that's going to give us a little bit more because that feels like it ends pretty abruptly. So I showed up to session today and saw no cars parked on the street. Tried the door and it was locked. I called through an open window and no answer. I rang the doorbell and no one answered. I'm only in contact with DM. No group chat, so I have no idea what's going on, and sad this horror story might be coming to an end. He's sad.
well, I mean, you're attached to the struggle at this point because you're just like, all right, my character's gonna be killed. It's kind of like a game because you're like, I wonder how many characters I can put up with, like just these poorly worded backstories to see which one would get accepted. Like I would get to the point to the where it's just like a 3 word backstory, likes adventures,
Yeah.
likes traveling.
Yeah, which is kind of what it sounds like he ended up doing. But that's that's kind of crazy that he got locked out because he goes, so that is where I'm at. Either my DM saw my post here and changed the time of session, or don't see this post and changed the time without informing me. Anyways, we'll see how it plays out. Epic horror story so far.
I think what
That's
they did is
wild.
they might have changed the location of the
Yeah.
or even what honestly would be even funnier to me. DM's schedule changed. He changed the date and he forgot to text.
Just forgot. That
That would be hilarious if it was just an honest mistake. It doesn't sound like it is,
that would be
but
I would die though if that was an honest mistake and he just forgot to text. But that doesn't sound like that's the case. I don't think so. And either way, holy crap, is that a controlling dungeon master?
yeah, opinionated is the word I would say. Not so much as controlling, at least from what OP was putting out,
Yeah.
but definitely opinionated, which that gets annoying. Opinionated players, which I know I can be, but like I tried to help out the new players. I tried to forge other power gamers because it's a responsibility.
Yeah. You
Play your
also
role.
love making everybody broken
No, no, I
or
okay. No, no,
optimized.
no. I like the way. Actually, I changed my mind. I like the way you put that. Everybody. Growing up, I was always told that, like, oh, you just like to be broken. No, if I'm the only one that's broken, that's not fun. I
No.
need
No,
everyone.
you want the whole party to be
Yeah.
super broken and make everything a cakewalk,
No.
which is fun.
If there's a good story, yes, and then it also challenges. It makes sure you, as a DM, don't get bored because then you get creative.
Or a good grind
Yeah,
with a good grinder.
that's fair.
Yeah. But that story was interesting. I definitely want to hear your guys' comments down below here. I want to read your guys' comments down below uh, as to whether or not you think the dungeon master was controlling. I I don't know. I'm kind of with you that I think OP, maybe I will try and look up this story later because I hope if you find this, I definitely would love to get more context. I mean, if you're already worried the
Absolutely.
dungeon master has found it and read it, I mean, you didn't delete it yet, so keep it up and just give us more. I need more of this because I do agree that it was a good horror story.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, good horror story, and hopefully Bobby's right, and you get a text back that's just like, hey, we changed everything, so sorry. And maybe the dungeon master will just change all of his ways and just let you do what you want to do, because ultimately I do think unless a dungeon master clarifies that it's a story heavy game, then ultimately the player should be able to do whatever they want,
Yeah.
character creation wise, as long
Yeah.
as it's within the rules. They should be able to
Reflavor
do whatever they
things. I
want.
don't care.
Yeah.
Just better kind of have a good. If it's something weird, better have a good story behind it.
But I just realized we don't have Serenity to sign us off.
We don't.
So that means it's going to be dicey again. So have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Hmm? Oh, hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, well, good. There's more to come. Consider subscribing and eat that like button. It's delicious. Oh. Mm.